All right, so good morning, everyone. I think we are live now. Sorry, hair is doing its own thing right now. We're just going to hope that it's going to behave. Please let me know if audio is okay. I think I actually need to get some new headphones. So if you have a problem hearing me, let me know. And good morning to everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to this week's Oracle Talks. I'm going to push this back even further. I hope everyone is doing well. Good morning, good morning. As you come in, please like the video if you can. I appreciate it. Using a different deck today, the Hermetic Tarot deck. What it looks like on the back. It has been a week, y'all. Oh, good morning, good afternoon from Florida. Where in Florida are you, Veronica? I'm originally from Florida, so that is home state. It is a special state. Good morning, good morning. Oh, Orlando. Yay, I'm from Orlando too, actually. That's what's up. Were you born and raised in Orlando? Yeah, it is special. I need to go back and visit. It's been a while since I've been down to visit family, but oh, nice. What high school did you go to? Good morning to the folks coming in. Welcome. Please go ahead and like the video. Come through Jones. I'm assuming you are using voice text because I don't know what school that is. Hello, good morning, Kosh82. Good morning. Welcome to Oracle Talks. Yeah, what high school? I went to DP. I was in the orchestra program. I played the viola. So I was in that. I was telling you to come and visit. I graduated from Jones. Okay. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, no, I definitely will. Most likely I'll try to do it in June. But we'll see depending on what my family schedule is like down there. All right, so let's go ahead and get in. We are a few minutes into the broadcast, so I definitely want to get started. Good morning to everyone who is filing in. Welcome. Thank you for joining, for being here, for sharing your energy. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Welcome to the new folks coming in. My name is Jynnette the Oracle. Welcome back to those of you who have already been here. Yeah, all the good things. So, this past week has been a lot energetically, like a lot. Been doing a lot of healing work with clients as well as on myself to help to transmute all the stuff that's been coming up. So for the most part, it's been pretty good, but it's this past weekend things like stepped up a lot. So I now feel like I'm getting back to my center, but just know that if it's been kind of crazy in dream time for you, if you've been feeling more tired than usual, if you've been having like heart pains and things like that, that stuff that's coming up that is available to be healed and be cleared. I specifically have been doing a lot of entity clearing for folks as well as for myself. So if you are if you know that is something that you are facing, if you're having like the sleep paralysis stuff and all of that, definitely work with a healer to clear that. I invite you to also reach out to me. I also do entity clearing, obviously. So yeah, but we're in here, we're doing it. And all things, stay focused on your individual ascension work, raising your vibration, keeping your energy field nice and clear and open, vibrating high. Work with the crystal family, work with your different plant allies with, whole foods and different teas and things like that, and oils. All of that is necessary and supportive and needs to be maintained during this massive clearing process as we shift into the spring equinox portal, which is literally just in like, what, 8 or 9 days. It's next Wednesday, I believe. So yeah. All right. So go ahead and take 5 deep breaths on your own. Slowly and deeply, just dropping into your physical body, dropping into the present moment, letting thoughts of the past drop away, letting thoughts of the future, whatever's on your to-do list, drop away, coming into the present moment. And as you take each breath in, calling in the power and the presence of your higher self, giving consent for that deep integration with your mind, with your emotions, with your body. And with every exhalation, allowing for the release and giving the consent for the release of anything which obstructs that integration. Connecting deeply through your Christ-state crystalline human nature. Connecting deeply through your soul consciousness. Connecting deeply through the source light consciousness. Settling into your intention to receive messages for your highest and greatest good. For today and through this upcoming week. Very nice. You guys dropped in. That's good. So let's see what the messages are for the week. Again, today I'm using the Hermetic Tarot deck. I've been using this one a little bit more frequently the past week just because the energy has just been so intense and I don't want to overwhelm my Thoth deck or my Rider-Waite. Good morning to those of you coming in. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, feel free to introduce yourself in the group. Let us know where you're reaching in from. We have somebody already from Florida, from my home state, in here. As the rest of these cards are coming out, just want to give you guys a heads up that starting in April, I'm going to shift the day for the Oracle Talks to Thursday because my schedule is shifting. But they will still be happening here on the Anderson Alchemy YouTube channel instead of on Instagram, just because the videos that are live streamed are actually saved here as opposed to being deleted after 24 hours on Instagram. If you're not already signed up on my newsletter, please sign up on my website, andersonalchemy.com. Open enrollment for everyone for the Lightworker Academy begins in April for semester 2. And that will be going through June 15th. Okay. And then enrollment will be closed at that point. But on April 1st, I'll put on the website all the info in the classes so you guys have it. Okay. So, let's see. Good morning, good morning. So we've been doing a lot of work recently, this 9 of Cups. A lot of energy clearing and healing work, which is why there's just been so much in the energy body, so much in the etheric. And this is work of ascension, of purifying, of transmuting. Okay? But what's available for us now is to, yet again, do some more releasing. So I think I mentioned last time about how there's a sense of like coming to a place of empowerment and balance, and then having to dip down and release, and then coming back up into a place of empowerment, and then having to dip down and release. And it's a lot of this back and forth for the month of the Pisces season. And so we have come to this point, right? And we need to focus on doing this, which is once again paying attention to whatever sorrows, disappointments, heartaches, repeating patterns, emotional looping, what have you, is presenting again this week, and allow it to be seen, felt, heard, released. Okay? Now, what's interesting here is the action for us to take is the Ace of Wands, which is the spirit of fire, the pure essence, archetypal energy of fire. But the card that represents how we are showing up is the Ace of Cups, that pure archetypal energy of water, the individual soul. These two together is inner alchemy, is the inner twin flame journey of the feminine and the masculine. Another message with this, though, is it's important to build up your defenses. It's important to build up your defenses, because this is the last this is basically the last stage of this kind of back and forth energy that we've been going through, because again, that equinox portal is coming up next week. The central energy is a 10 of cups. We're already at the 9, right? We just accomplished that, and we're just sitting, we're already representing the singular cup. So this is already here and available for us. This is the central theme, is coming to the culmination of this period of growth and evolution for individual souls. And the way to support that process is this. Now, of course, this represents creativity, new opportunities, abundance, of course, sexual energy, personal power. But this is really about building defenses within ourselves, building the warrior energy within. We've been in such a yin phase, divine feminine phase, that now it's time for us to actively engage with bringing online the divine masculine principle. Because we can't have one without the other and walk through the world, walk through the universe with any kind of balance, right? So you can't just be all the feminine principle. You can't just be all the masculine principle. It's both. But we specifically have been doing the feminine, right? Doing the soul healing, releasing from ancestral patterns, ancestral contracts, releasing cords from, past lovers, and etc. A lot of soul work. But now, build your defenses, build your strength, build your armor, build up the divine masculine principle within. We did literally just break out of some long-standing karmic cycle or potential attack. Okay? Which is why we are able to have this show up as our recent experience. But this was the most recent battle coming up against this devilish energy. So it's going to be different for everybody. So this could be, you know, as I was mentioning earlier, these long-standing ancestral patterns, you know, they really could have been something that was truly detrimental to your progress forward as it relates to money, relationships, self-worth, what have you. But this is what you just defeated. This is telling me that you broke out of the cycle. You passed the test, so to speak, which is really just your own test. But you passed it. You made it. But that doesn't mean that that you let your guard down, right? Like you have to hold your position. And there is a lot of divine masculine energy available for you. And that's going to show up for you in many different ways. It may show up as Sekhmet energy, possibly Oya, Ogun, Shango, Thor, Vesta, Athena, whoever it is. Whatever imagery you associate with honorable divine masculine energy that's protective, it's there. It is there, so you can activate it. So whatever this last little bit of stuff is that's coming up to be released and be dealt with, you are going to activate the power, your knighthood, your inner knighthood, to deal with it. Because ultimately what you're doing is protecting your soul sovereignty and claiming it. I'm hearing as well, don't be afraid to fight. And in all things, whatever you're bumping up against, always come from the higher realms down. Don't ever fight whatever it is that you're fighting or pushing through or breaking off of you at the same level at which it exists. The success is assured as long as you keep showing up. And you've come pretty far. You've come pretty far. Because it looks like everyone, since I'm reading for the collective that is watching this or that will watch it, you did the work last week of facing that Nine of Swords energy, whatever that stuff was that's there that wasn't in alignment with your true divine nature. You did actually look at it and address it and was like, no, I'm going to face this. I'm going to move through it. I'm going to break this off of me, whatever it is. And so the success came. Because this is also soul sovereignty, the Nine of Cups. So we're getting another boost of life, another boost of energy in order to build our defenses for this last push. And if we keep with it, if we stay with it, we're going to see the payoff come spring equinox next week. And for that 6 months that will be initiated with that portal, we will have to remind ourselves to sit in the divine masculine energy to stay protected and on guard. Really what a lot of this is that I'm hearing is strengthening your boundaries. And part of that might be, because we've been in such a yin phase the last 6 months, we've been much more exposed and, of course, much more emotional and permeable to everything. And that is good and fine because it allows us to rest. It allows us to get the downloads that we're needing to be getting from spirit, all that kind of stuff. But that phase is coming to an end, and for this part of the cycle for the year. And then we are going to be shifting into the dominance of the divine masculine, which basically is the part that is walking out what was deposited. But it requires strength, it requires structure, it requires defenses, it requires strong boundaries. And again, not being afraid to fight. So I'm hearing if if you have lost a lot of that will and courage to engage with things that are difficult, focus on doing healing work through the solar plexus. If you have cord attachments to, abusive father, abusive mother, a controlling ex, or what have you, let that clear, let that go. So that you can start getting your power back and start refueling within. Lion energy is good to work with as well. Or cheetah. Cheetah is Sekhmet. Any kind of cat energy, dragon energy, dragonflies. But really you want the masculine energy, not so much the feminine. Keep focused on what it is you want to create and what it is that you want to experience, okay? I mean, that's the whole thing of this North Node through Cancer transit, which we are going to be in like through spring of next year. So that is always going to be a message to be making decisions, to be taking action, to be thinking thoughts, to be orienting all aspects of self in alignment with the highest trajectory expression of your soul. Okay? Because you're worth it. And you have to believe that. It's important for you to believe that. And that's also what that divine masculine energy can help you with, is bringing that trust within and strengthening your resolve, strengthening your self-confidence, strengthening that success principle, so that you're not afraid to fight for what you want, so that you're not afraid to show up in the world, so that you're not afraid to make a choice. Honor and valiance. acceptance of your power. That's all the divine masculine. It's okay to step into your power. It's okay to fight. It's okay to build your defenses. You have the power of the sun behind you and all the other divine masculine principles, deities, gods, goddesses. It's not just a male thing, right? Okay, so that was the message. Questions, whether about that or just for yourself. Good job, everyone, by the way. We are doing it. We are doing it. When you say it's okay to fight, what exactly do you mean? Um, okay, so Spirit said it's okay to set boundaries. Um, and yeah, going for what you want. Like, I think the phrase that I'm hearing right now is, this thing around hedging your bets, right? Like it's wanting something but still kind of hesitating, not quite fully jumping in, or like really needing like everything to be clear before you feel safe enough to, go in. And it's just like on some level you do already know what's for you and what's not. So the internal game that, we can kind of play with ourselves about being like, well, I'm not sure, like you know. And in those cases where you really are not sure, um, there probably will be a message from spirit to just truly wait or just take a singular step and just leave it alone. Um, but there's really the general message is like the hedging of bets is what honestly has to stop. And it doesn't mean that you have to be reckless and just, doing whatever, but it's like things take as long as you allow them to be taken. I mean, obviously, like there's still divine timing, but any additional delays is really on you, on us. I'm saying you, but I'm talking about us. Um, yeah. And courage is coming through. It's really about courage. And that's the thing about the divine masculine principle is once it's committed to something, it's going for it. Regardless of what comes up, regardless of the obstacles, it's in it, you know? And that's kind of the beauty right now of having Mars in Taurus because Taurus is a fixed sign. It's not a great placement for Mars because it's a detrimental sign. It's opposite of Scorpio, but um, this card, the Five of Cups, is actually Mars in Scorpio. So it's really about, I think, the principle of staying with the process of change or going after what you want. The Scorpio is unapologetic about what it wants. But yeah, courage, courage. Any other questions, either about the reading or personal questions? This is open Q&A, so it could also be about just anything metaphysical. Angels, astrology, energy stuff, starseed stuff. Good morning to folks coming in. Hope everyone is doing well. Can a failed relationship have potential to become a friendship? Oh, of course, but with all things, it's willingness on the part of both parties. Um, and I mean, there's so much with that because it really depends on the nature of the relationship and if if both people are really truly dissolving the romantic energy. That's always the thing to be mindful of is, a person can say they just want to be friends, but still be feeling the feelings, and they're not actually like letting go, and you never can really have that. But for some folks, like they are actually better as friends. Um, so yeah, it's totally possible, but it does depend on the people and the relationship. Um, Leo, Sun, and Moon trying to balance. What's your question though? Because that was just a statement. So I need to know what it is that you're asking. Karen says, okay, I did some healing work this morning. Is there anything extra I need to do or can do now? What healing work were you actually doing? What were you focused on healing? Good morning. Jynnette, work is constantly challenging because of the many frequencies dealt with every day. It's becoming this roller coaster of defeated mentality that makes me think I'll never get out of rut when you say fight it at home. Yep, gotta fight. I mean, the message that's been coming through recently through my Lightworker forecast has been a shift for some in the collective, not all, of, well, actually, a lot of people's roles are changing, but some folks are actually really having to shift into warrior mode. So, you know, but it's not something to be afraid of because it doesn't mean like you're looking for a fight. It's just that boundaries are strong and they're in place. And if you need to fight, you can. But there's a certain kind of power that you walk with. That's why I love cats, like especially big cat energy. They're not paying anyone any mind. like like even a little house cat, like if they don't fuck with you, like they're not moving, like they don't care. It's yeah, it's like they know that they're allowed to take up space, and they see you as an equal. So yeah, that aspect of divine, but they're still very loving and protective. But that aspect of divine masculine energy, that's just I'm here, and what? It was personal and planetary about boundaries, funnily enough, and also clearing geometry. Okay. Um, so I heard, I heard yes. There's always clearing to be done, healing to be done. Um, clearing geometry. Uh, which planet and which geometry? Because I have a feeling you were dealing with like that double energy. Whew. Thank you. That's exactly how I'm rolling, cat life. But it's definitely draining sometimes. I hear all that you shared today, Michelle. But yeah, I mean, it can be draining when you're in a physical environment that's constantly pulling at you. But ultimately, a lot of this is to taking responsibility for self and what you're choosing to say yes to. And I don't mean that in a way of spiritually bypassing, but a lot of folks, in these last few years and even now, are in a place where they really are doing some real assessment about why they stay in things, whether it's jobs or relationships, etc. Um, and finally getting to a place or have already come to a place where they are ready to go, ready to leave. Um, and so this might be a thing. It might be a thing for you with work. I'm not saying that it is. Where, if you've been somewhere for a while and it's just been comfortable and you haven't been happy for a while, then, you have to take responsibility for that and be like, okay, well, why am I choosing to stay? And there could be a myriad of reasons, none of which are wrong. But if you've gotten to a place where you're no longer interested in staying, then it's up to you to engage that divine masculine principle to start making shifts and changes to either step into something else or to build something else on your own that you can step into that will make you still stable and successful, etc. Or, if you have to stay because of some other obligations, then choosing to then show up and be an influencer of the environment instead of being victim to it, because it is serving a purpose. And so there can be deep gratitude for the privilege of having something that can help support these other goals that you have, whatever it is. And that's the work context, but definitely relationships, it's a big thing, like folks staying in relationships that are not good, they're not healthy, they're not fulfilling, they've been in and out, for years. Like, it just, at what point? And we all have our own journey, because I literally just shared in my newsletter yesterday about how I stayed in a situation, because I wasn't ready to go. Same thing with my job. I stay in a situation even though I wasn't ready to go. And then the universe jettisoned me from that. So, it's just, we're human. We're going to go through it and it's okay. But this is what's available to be aware of and to be mindful of. And we do the best that we can because there really is no judgment. Like, we can't actually get it wrong. We're really only frustrating ourselves. We're really only putting ourselves through it. The spirit doesn't actually feel that way about us. So, can we look upon ourselves with love and compassion? Can we give ourselves a break? All right, so triangles and unspecific planetary beyond that, I think. The energy is always so nebulous with you, Karen. There's this thing about like, and I don't know what it is. It might just actually be a cultural thing. Of like not fully sharing. Like there's a sharing, but there's a not fully sharing, and that's what's difficult, is because the defense is, it deals with consent, right? Because the answer is there, but it's just not wanting to be dealt with. And it's potentially some childhood stuff, but it also might be some stuff related to Minerva. And I don't know, I mean, I just get messages. So if there is some kind of past life connection to that energy, I heard the phrase free your heart. And tap into that inner flame. That's what's needed next. Specifically. Okay, yes, I get that. Working with trust and betrayal. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, if there is some past stuff with like a priest or something, or any other kind of like religious or spiritual figure in power and authority, whether it was you or another person, whether in this life or another life, that can definitely be looked at. Like maybe you worked at a temple or in a temple for a goddess or the goddess, whatever it is that's coming through. Yes, trying hard to get rid of him. Oh, goodness. Okay, let me know. Okay, tell me what's going on. Because I'm like, what is this that's going on right now? Yes, please provide details so I can give you some specificity. Even more specificity. Or are you actually trying to break off? Well, I'll let you write. I won't go on a tangent. No details as such, just an awareness. So awareness, so there's awareness of some kind of priest type figure that you're having. And then if that's the case, is it something for this life, like from childhood or some part growing up, or is this another incarnation? So it's another incarnation then? Okay. Do you get a sense that you were a temple priestess in that incarnation? Okay. Um, so I'm getting Minerva again. I'm not familiar with that energy, so but I guess start going down that rabbit hole of learning about her. Um, do you get the sense that you were taken advantage of by that priest, or was there um, a working relationship between the two of you? Working relationship meaning like the two of you actually work together with temple stuff. Both. Okay. Okay. Well, touch base with that goddess. Um, yeah, because you would need to know or get a glimpse of if it was a situation where there was a ritual performed um, to kind of lock down your progression, or if your energy's been siphoned. I mean, there's so many things like there's so many things, and I've fortunately but also unfortunately been doing a lot of um, I mean, honestly, just like some crazy past incarnation stuff with folks this year in particular. So, with the South Node being in Capricorn, I think that is going to be a continual thing throughout this nodal transit of Cancer and Capricorn, of dealing with some of this ritual stuff, dealing with some of this DNA reversal stuff, some of this twin flame. Like there's just a lot. So Yeah, but spend time with her. Ask for, more information so you have clarity. Because when you have specificity, then you can go in and do targeted work. But yeah, lack of having that is going to prevent that, as I'm sure you know. Okay, good. I'm glad. Anyone else? And welcome to folks who are coming in. Thank you. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. It helps to spread it through the YouTube ecoverse. And we do this every week. And just as a reminder for folks who are coming in now versus at the beginning, starting in April, maybe I might actually start the end of this month. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. But I am going to be shifting to Thursdays. So next week it'll still be on Tuesday. The following week I'll have to see. Oh, you know what? The following week I won't do an Oracle Talks because I'll have to do the monthlies for April. But maybe I will jump in on that Thursday. But I'm going to shift to Thursdays instead of Tuesdays because my schedule is shifting, which I'm actually very happy about. So yeah. Hey, Jynnette, got into your talk late. Thought it was at 11. Looking forward to the replay. Oh, no worries. And then, yeah. So if you haven't already signed up for my newsletter, sign up. Open enrollment for the Lightworker Academy begins in April, and I'm excited about that. Second semester starts in July, and there'll be some brand new classes, so it should be dope. Oh, if you haven't seen the monthly astrology forecast and the monthly Lightworker forecast, it's up on the blog page of my website. Okay. And that's the monthly astrology is a good complement to the monthly tarot videos that I do here. The Lightworker forecast is really important. So for those of you who identify as Lightworkers, definitely check out this month's forecast because there was some deep messages that came through. I'm really curious to see what next month is going to be because there's so much shifting and adjustments of roles that are happening, adding on, taking off of roles, etc. That I'm really curious to see what's coming up. I, for one in particular, I know I'm going to have to, or I'm in the process of shifting into more warrior mode in addition to light or way shower and healer and but yeah, there's definitely a call to be bringing back online the warrior aspect because I specifically have not been trying to operate in that aspect for a minute. So I think right now with the way things are shifting and what's being brought up to be cleared that have been locked in place on a soul level for millennia for some of us, like we have to be strong. Our defenses have to be up to be able to handle the load because the vibration's only getting higher and more stuff is only going to continue to be purged, and it's amazing and things are shifting so quickly, but yeah, it requires our mastery so that we are showing up the way we need to show up. Okay, so for these last few minutes, any last questions, whether about the reading or just in general for yourself or general questions about all things spiritual? Let me know. Adjustments of roles. Yes. Yes. Adjustments of roles for sure. That's been interesting to watch. I personally am excited about this next level of ascension work that I am doing for my next stage. It is good. And I know it's already been underway because folks are already telling me my aura is looking a different color. So I'm like, yep, that makes sense. All right, no last questions. Are we good? All right. So I may actually just pull a final card. Ascension Acceleration. Are you, did you sign up for the Beyond the Ordinary weekly healing? We just had the first week's healing on Sunday, so I was working on everyone's root chakra and the first level of the aura. This coming week is going to be part 2, so if you, yes, awesome. Yeah, if you want to participate in that, you can go to beyondtheordinaryshow.com. At the top of the page, click on replays. I should still be showing, hopefully, because they kind of like cycle through the past replays. So if you scroll down on the replay page, I'll be at the bottom, but I don't know how much longer I'll be on there because once they get through the initial group of folks, they restart over. But you know, it's kind of hard to describe. It's like I was in like literally the first week, but we're already a couple weeks in. So as they go through the replays, they like drop folks off so they can give focus to the new people who are coming on. But as of yesterday, I did see that I was still up there. So definitely go and check if you want to sign up for that healing series. So it's 4 weeks of healing, going through the first 4 chakras and the first 4 levels of the aura for helping to support the acceleration of your individual ascension process energetically, so that it's not, you know, too much work on the physical body. So we just, like I said, had week 1 this Sunday. This coming Sunday is going to be week 2. So we're going to the end of the month, and it will be available when they do the replay of all the interviews as well. And you will be able to download it so you can continue to work on those levels as needed. Okay, I did send that over to April, who is the admin person for BTO. So I don't know if there is a situation where the audio recording goes out once the 4 weeks is done, or like I honestly have no idea how they're handling that, because I'm not the interface. They're the ones who are actually handling things, but the recording is up, and I did send it over. So yeah, you'd have to reach out to them to ask, but it might be a situation where maybe you get it. Maybe they'll send it out after the 4 weeks is done for those who already purchased. But be sure to be in on this next call. Okay, it's going to be the same time, same information, the call-in number, PIN number, everything will be the same. So join in for that. Okay, so yeah, we're in the last stages of this integration work. Keep with it, keep focused. You're going to see the fruits of your labor come spring equinox, and as we head into the end of the month as well too. There are going to be a lot of insights coming up this week because Mercury is going to be leading a lot of the astrological transits. So pay attention, okay? It's not necessarily something that you have to act on immediately, but just be aware of, be mindful of. And, you know, if Spirit does guide you to do healing work, or if it's part of like whatever these cycles are that you need to address, then of course address them. But all things in divine neutrality, okay? So much love to everyone. Thank you for joining. Please, again, like, share, subscribe, all the things for the channel. And if you're not already following me on Instagram and Facebook, go to Inner Sun Alchemy for both of those platforms, and you'll find me there. Please also sign up for the website. And yeah, love you much. Have a wonderful week and first quarter square moon, which is coming up. And I'll see you soon. God